What's poppin', everybody? It's Onokage, otherwise known as the King. And what I have for you today is another exciting part 2. What if Naruto and Vegeta... Oh, shit. What if Goku and Vegeta trained Naruto and Sasuke? So, today's part is very, very, very fun and very, very, very interesting. I have a lot of things working in the background of this story that I think that you'll be able to get onto and really, really enjoy. It is a lot of developmental stuff, so please excuse the exposition, but I think I made it pretty funny, entertaining to listen to, so you won't get too bored, or bored at all, hopefully. I hope you enjoy it. Jesus Christ, if you get bored, I'll be sad, because I ruined everything. Oh, and speaking of developmental, here are the power levels. A nice, beautiful graph. You got Goku, you got Vegeta, you got your Naruto's, your Sasuke's, your Sakura's. You also got your Lees, your Guys, your Nejis, your Hinatas. So hopefully this layers out a little bit more with the key characters and this stuff. You know that Kakashi is under Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura at this point. So is Jiraiya. They're far above him because, you know, Kakashi, Sakura... Sakura, Sasuke, Hinata, and Naruto are all relatively around base Goku and Vegeta. They're all relatively around each other because they have God Ki. Other than that, Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto are above Hinata. Alright, so without further ado, let's just get into it.
I'm about to go call me a brick, crushing your whole little shit. Whoa. Mars so cold, I pull up on cop with the blow. Now I'm like, whoa. She a brick on the low. Now she want suck on my toes. And I'm like, whoa. You a bummy asshole. Now you want sit on my toe. Nope. Bitch, I'm the king in the house so cold. Pull up on a nigga with the 9 no coat. Spray air, pray that the picture go. Kill me a nigga with a Bible poem. She say stop, don't go no more. Well, she my queen, can't treat her wrong. We don't fuck on, we just run on like my dog, bro. We don't slow up. Rundy, now she wanna fuck me. Now she wanna hold me down like a Duffy. I can see her. My Sharingan don't let me run. I'm a demon, I'm a beast. No, I can't stop. I'll spin. Whoa, hey, brushing the king of this shit.
I'm debating to do this in a narrator voice, but nah. We start with Goku and Vegeta sparring in Divine Sage mode while they're in a hyperbolic time chamber. They've been in there for about a full day, so a year has passed for them, while they wait for the new set of beans to grow. As the beans are finished, they head back to Naruto's world to see how their students are doing. And unbeknownst to them, far off in a distant part of Universe 7, I hope that's right, a great evil is re-emerging, Moro, the Planet Eater. He frees himself and a fellow convict known as Cranberry, that's his actual name. Yes, the infamous Cranberry, a former Frieza soldier. They have landed on Namek 3 days ago while the Galactic Patrol was distracted by Moro's gang. They retrieved Boo, but he's still asleep. Not learning from Goku that Boo needs aid to wake up, Moro has collected all the Dragon Balls with the aid of the villainous Cranberry. As Cranberry summons the Eternal Dragon using the Namekian language and translator that he has in his goggles and visor, Moro then kills Cranberry and making his wishes for himself. "Return me to my former glory," he yells. The dragon says
your wish is now granted. Please state your second wish.
For my second wish, free all convicts in Galactic Patrol prison.
An easy matter. Now, make your final wish.
Giving Moro his army of convicts, his final wish, he says with a smile on his face. Give me information on everyone who can challenge my dream of a galactic buffet.
Granted. Now, farewell.
At that moment, Moro's smile fades as he's shown visions of Zeno sitting in a chair with the other Zeno, talking to the Grand Priest. He then sees visions of Beerus sleeping next to Whis, who's staring into his staff. He looks closer, and the staff shows an image of him. He then sees a man in orange, Goku, and another man in blue, Vegeta, in a world that's unfamiliar to him, with people and powers that just look simply delicious. He then sees a vision of a huge golden dragon, and at that moment, a devilish smile appears on his face. He tries to teleport to Goku and Vegeta, but he finds that he's not there. He can't sense them. So he looks around and sees a random planet. He begins to eat the planet. And He absorbs that knowledge and sees that he's in Universe 11. He smiles. He could sense a Super Dragon Ball. After becoming accustomed to the small ones, this was an easy matter. He then teleports to it, grabbing the Dragon Ball and teleporting back to Universe 7. Moro then telepathically gives his man an order, while teleporting them to the other universes, so that they may collect the Super Dragon Balls as well. And after a few hours, he has all of them. He tries to summon the dragon, but it won't rise, and he smiles. I've killed gods and absorbed their life energy and memories. If it wasn't for the damned Lord of Lords and him removing my magic from before, it would have been easy prey. Now listen. He states his wish in the language of the gods. And the language of gods, I actually didn't learn how to speak it, but I learned how to say these few phrases in that language from watching the show a few times. I kind of figured it out. So, the next part will be in the language of the gods. Dope, right? I guess. I hope. He then summons the dragon in the language of the gods, yelling, Gondora Shoujo. The golden dragon emerges as he states his wish. This is dumb. Saidaku itete sora ni kai se jinaoto beketa yakokuida. And that was either perfectly, beautifully God language, or it was just gibberish and we'll never know. Let's get back to the story. And like that, his army was moved to a new universe, and Moro lands on a planet with his men. He stretches his body and laughs as his right-hand man questions, Lord Moro, why bring us here? Moro laughs at his man's incompetence. Because, Sakabo, here, no galactic patrol, no gods to get in our way, in a universe chock full of planets with delicious and interesting cultures. There's only 2 men that may oppose me here. But first, a meal. Moro closes his eyes to feel for a planet with the strong energy. He finds it and lands on this planet. It's the Otsutsuki homeworld. He begins to walk with a devilish smile on his face. He has Sagabo and 7-3 in tow. They are confronted by Momoshiki, Kinshiki, Urashiki, and their leader, their king, Miko Otsutsuki. They stand in defense of their homeworld. But Moro laughs as he sends 7-3 after Momoshiki. 7-3 absorbs him, and Sagabo attacks Urashiki and defeats him. Moro then just laughs as he tells his minions to leave. He raises his hand in the air and begins to devour their planet. As he does, he gains their knowledge of chakra and their powers. But he keeps them in store as he spreads them out through his army. He then laughs as Sagabo notices that Moro now has a strange diamond shape on his chin. He thinks nothing of it as they begin to head towards other planets, subjugating them and eating them to gain more knowledge of this world. Sagabo questions, Lord Moro, what's our next objective? Moro laughs. For now, we hunt, have fun, but soon, I plan to head to Earth. I want to plant a tree. Lord Moro, a tree? Yes, Sagabo, a divine tree. And I want to meet this Goku and Vegeta. It'll be my pleasure to hunt them down. Yes, and meanwhile, before Moro has begun destroying planets, Goku and Vegeta have returned! They've sensed their students' energy and are impressed by their growth, but they also sense some malicious energy, and Vegeta smiles, knowing that it could prove a very interesting challenge later. Goku says that he wants to train with Guy and Lee, and Vegeta smiles. Yes, you do that, Kakarot. There's something I want to investigate. Vegeta flies off in the opposite direction, towards where he can sense Danzo. Vegeta flies down in front of him. My, if it isn't the prince, to what do I owe the pleasure? Danzo looks younger. Not that Vegeta cares to notice. He just scoffs. Cut the crap, creep. I don't have time for it. Why are you so strong? And don't bother lying. Danzo looks at Vegeta. What do you mean, my prince? I am as strong as I've ever been. At that moment, Danzo falls to his knees, coughing up blood, being sent an invisible shockwave from the sheer force of Vegeta's energy as he emits it. As he feints a punch at Danzo, Vegeta laughs. Wait, you thought you were safe because I can't kill you. Am I right? Vegeta then waves his hand, clearing out all of Danzo's ambu with little effort as he continues to laugh. Because while you are correct, I can't kill you. I came to this world to teach. So I can teach you a lesson. Don't lie to me. Don't play coy. Answer my question. How are you so strong? Danzo struggles to his feet, still coughing up blood. Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand, Vegeta. Try me, old man. And don't hold anything out, or I'll pound you in the ground so bad my wife will get jealous. Fine. I have ninja that can read minds, and sneaking into a child's room while they sleep is simple for my Anbu. And with aid from an old friend, I've been through treatments that have only made me stronger. So you mean Naruto and Sasuke? You've read their minds while they slept. But don't dance around the topic. What kind of treatments, old man? Cellular replacements. My body has been modified to surpass my limitations. And with your students' memories, I've trained my body and shared a few secrets. Vegeta smiles. Oh, you shared, huh? With this old friend of yours, correct? That's good. I'll let you keep your secrets. In fact, get stronger. I don't know what you're planning, but quite frankly, I don't care. But if it's a fight you want, please, make that fight with my students. Those brats need a challenge. Vegeta begins to fly away, but not before saying, and this is just a guess, but that old friend of yours, it's the Snake Man, correct? Danzo's face shows slight surprise, but he quickly hides it as he flies away. Meanwhile, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura have arrived at the Sand Village, and it's been destroyed. Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura begin to search for survivors, and they find a few hundred people, most of them unconscious. Sakura begins to heal them, as Sasuke begins to ask what happened to a girl named Matsuri, who speaks up. There was a guy on a bird launching these explosions. Lord Gaara did everything he could, but it was too much. The explosions were too fast, too large. We lost so many. Yukata. She breaks down in tears, and Sasuke tries to comfort her, saying, "Don't worry, we'll avenge them." Then Naruto jumps in. Naruto jumps on the remains of the Kazekage estate, activating Sage Mode. Kurama. Gaara had Shikaku, right?
Yeah, most likely he's the next victim for the Ten Tails revival. But it looks like they haven't started the extraction. I can clearly sense them heading east, fast.
Naruto yells, "Guys, I found him, but there's a few threats on the way, as well as one person whose life is fading fast, but he's not on the way." Sakura yells, "Point him out, Naruto. I'll save him." Naruto smiles and points. 20 kilometers west. Sakura rushes out while Sasuke and Naruto instant transmission to Gaara and find themselves on the back of a bird. And there's a blonde man with a black robe draped in red clouds. As he yells, "Ketsu!" The bird explodes, creating a crater. Sasuke grabs Naruto, covering them both in Susanoo, while Deidara holds Gaara. Sasuke whispers to Naruto, "No rash decisions. We go full power, Gaara gets caught in the crossfire. We have to rescue him first." Sasuke activates his Rinnegan, and Naruto goes in KCM-1. They rush Deidara, but he forms a giant dragon with his clay bombs. Gaara's on the back. Naruto forms a chakra hand and throws Sasuke at the dragon. Deidara forms smaller dragons and shoots them at Sasuke at high speeds. But Sasuke looks and swaps places with the smaller dragons. They're now heading towards Naruto, who makes 2 chakra hands and crushes the dragons between his hands with 2 giant Rasengans. As Sasuke lands on the dragon, he's kicked by Deidara. Sasuke poofs into a cloud of electricity, stunning him. The real Sasuke grabs Gaara, but Gaara starts to bubble up and explodes. It was a decoy. Sasuke flies above the explosion. Naruto yells, "Sasuke, above you!" He looks, and it's Deidara on another dragon, holding Gaara. He just dropped something. It's growing. It's growing larger in size as Deidara laughs. "This is my favorite creation, the C3. It's full of the highest level chakra and ki I can produce, infused with my clay. The art of explosion. It's my greatest pride. Cats!" Sasuke smiles. "This is what your pride amounts to. Fine. Let's compare." Almighty push. He pushes the giant explosion back towards him, throwing Deidara off his dragon and freeing the unconscious Gaara from his grip. Naruto flies up and catches Gaara. Sasuke yells, "Good! Now take him to Sakura. I can take this guy, no problem." Naruto smiles. "You really are Vegeta Sensei's student. But we need information. Keep him alive if possible." Sasuke smiles. "Just go." Naruto flies away as Deidara yells, "You're not getting away." He shoots a large amount of spiders and birds from his hands. Clay bombs. As they head towards Naruto, Sasuke smiles, yelling, "Chidori blast volley," shooting a huge barrage of lightning ki blasts, destroying each and every figure of clay, birds, and spiders. As Naruto locks onto Sakura's ki signature, he instant transmissions away. And while Naruto and Sasuke were fighting Deidara, Sakura found Kankuro lying in the sand, dry heaving with exceedingly raspy breath. He's been poisoned. She has to perform quick surgery, leaving the poison out of a cut. She gets most of it, prolonging his life for maybe a day or two, but he's still suffering. She needs to synthesize an antidote. As she collects the poison, the sand starts to shake. As a bladed tail swipes at her face, she dodges. "I assume you're the one who did this to Kankuro." The hunched-over man in robes speaks. "A very astute assertion, girl. But that poison is very lethal. One dose, you're as good as dead. That boy there is a prime example." Sakura smiles, while thinking it's weird she can't sense any ki from this man. She speaks. "If all you have is poison, this fight is as good as over." She transforms into her slug sage mode as she grabs Kankuro before Hiriko could react. As she yells, "Sage art! Bone-melting breath!" A stream of acid pours from her mouth, melting the Hiriko's shell, forcing Sasori to escape. Sakura stares at the man as he lifts his hand, and the melted remains of the Hiriko puppet erupt in a barrage of needles that merely bounce off of her skin as she protects Kankuro. Sasori speaks. Well, aren't you a monster? But that's okay. I'm a bit of a monster myself." He pulls out a scroll, summoning the third Kazekage. That he launches at her at high speeds. She goes to block the attack so that she may launch a counterattack, but she still has Kankuro in her arms, so she simply jumps out the way to dodge, getting a small cut on her leg, and Sasori laughs. "You're dead. That poison is more lethal than what that boy has." She smiles. "Oh, really?" She holds out her hand, and the poison that was entered her pores escapes through her palm. She gently tilts her hand, letting the poison pour onto the ground and get absorbed by the sand, and she smiles. "I can't sense your ki, but you're obviously strong. I'm just the worst matchup you could have had." Sasori would be breaking out in a cold sweat or fear if he still had those emotions. Sakura extends her hand and yells, "Sage art! Acidic Big Bang attack!" Sasori yells, "Iron Sand Guard," creating pillars of black sand to protect himself. The two attacks clash, and the acidic Big Bang attack is too much. It melts through the pillars with ease. Sasori begins to turn the pillars to slightly tilt the trajectory of her attack. It works, but only barely. Sasori loses the left side of his body, and Sakura could finally see it. "You're a puppet. No wonder I couldn't sense your energy." Sasori, with a calm expression, says, "After the training I've been through, I'm used to losing a few limbs. But this is the first time that I've had them melted. He grabs a scroll in his back and summons a new arm and leg and it quickly attaches them. You know, our leader gave us somewhat of a warning about you, and yet I underestimated you. He then shoots a key beam from jets on his hand at Sakura, but she flies holding Kankuro, avoiding the beams. She can't go full power, she might kill Kankuro on accident. So she sticks to dodging, looking for an opening. What's wrong, girl? You look like you have a little dead weight. Sasori pulls out another scroll, summoning 100 puppets as he yells, how about I ease that load? He yells again, yelling, Puppet Master, key string dance. All the puppets open their mouths, shooting beams of ki. Sakura forms an Earth Dome prison to protect herself. The dome is being bombarded by all the ki blasts. Sasori laughs as the blasts begin to focus all onto her dome, peeling it away. When she smiles and places her hand on the ground, pouring her god ki into it, she yells, Earth style, divine stone shuriken, piercing heaven, forcing the stones underneath the sand to condense and sharpen, launching them at Sasori's puppet. She launches a total of 10,000 shuriken from the ground towards the heavens, shredding his puppets. The Earth Dome shatters around her. She stands holding Kankuro as she walks up to Sasori's broken body and pierced core. He sheepishly says, the sad thing is, this isn't killing you. You died a long time ago. Sasori laughs. Congratulations, girl. I can no longer move. My life will fade momentarily. True, I am a monster. I wasn't alive. Sasori looks at Kankuro's limp body in her arms. And that boy was a decent puppet master. If you really mean to save him, take the poison from my blades and find an old hag named Chio. She can make you an antidote. Sakura smiles. I can make the antidote myself, but thank you. She collects the poison from his spear as she walks out. The battle was fun. If you weren't Akatsuki, you might have had fun. You might have led your village as your Kage. He hears that and smiles as what little life he had in his eyes fades. And Naruto arrives and sees the aftermath. He drops Gaara in front of Sakura and asks if she can heal him. She nods and Gaara wakes up saying thank you. The two shake hands, and as they do, they are taken into Naruto's mindscape. Behind Naruto's Kurama, behind Gaara is Shikaku. Kurama scoffs.
You dumbass raccoon. You let your Jinchuriki lose, didn't you?
Shikaku yells, shut the hell up, Fox! Why do you care anyway? Naruto and Gaara just look shocked as the two beasts argue like brothers. Kurama yells,
because I don't want anyone to become food for the Jubi.
Shikaku stops his bantering. That's what this was? For the Jubi?
Yes, Shikaku. We already lost Matabi, Isabu, and I can't sense Goku any longer. He must be gone as well.
Shikaku was surprised. Kurama said his name. As he's calmed by that gesture, Shikaku speaks. But why does that matter? The only one that dies in that moment will be the human, right? We reincarnate.
No, we won't. Our soul will be held prisoner inside the husk of the Jubi, the ghetto statue.
Shikaku looks at Gaara. Fine, I'll help the kid. Even though he's gone soft on me because of your brat.
Your help won't be enough anymore. Learn Ki. Come to the leaf, train with my brat.
Gaara protests this idea. My village was destroyed. And as the Kazekage, I can't abandon them when they need me. Naruto adds, Shikaku, Gaara, it'll be worth your while to train with us. And Gaara, if you need to see results, you can send some Sand Ninja over. We can train them as your guards. And while this is happening, Sasuke has been toying with Deidara, laughing at him. So, when are you actually gonna fight, or are you just happy with these cheap party tricks? Deidara, unable to hide his frustration, yells, you Uchiha are too damn prideful. You lack any artistic skill. Deidara opens his mouth, shooting a ki beam full of clay, and the ki beam forms into a giant clone of Deidara, and it explodes, but There's no Big Bang. Instead, the key inside of the clone spreads microscopic bombs that destroy the area at a molecular level at extreme speeds. Sasuke's Rinnegan can see the bomb as he smiles. He yells, "Lightning release! Almighty push!" As the forest around him is ripped apart to shreds, Deidara yells, "Damn it! How did a Uchiha get those eyes? How are they the same as his? I hate you. You, Itachi, Pain, I'll hate you all. You think you're so cool. None of you have respect for my art. I'll kill all of you." Sasuke laughs while looking Deidara in the eyes. "You'll die trying." Deidara's mad rant leads him to rip off the seal covering his chest. That mad ranting turns into a maniacal laughter as the seal reveals a mouth on his chest, covering his heart. With it, he eats key-empowered detonating clay and yells, "This is my ultimate art! This time, I'm going to detonate myself. Not even your defense should be able to withstand this." Sasuke smiles. "Oh, really? Care to make a wager? I won't move from this spot. If I survive, bet your pride as an artist that you'll answer all of our questions back at the leave." Deidara, seeing the boy's unwavering pride, laughed. Jesus Christ. Literally every time I record. Every time! Alright. You don't seem to understand, Uchiha. Neither of us will survive. With my ki training, this bomb will take out the entire continent. It's my ultimate art. A pure, unfiltered explosion of expression. But I'll humor you. If you survive, I'll let you ask my remains anything you want. Sasuke smiles, putting his hands up, preparing for an almighty push. That sounds like a yes to me. Deidara's rants, launching the attack. "In death, I shall become art itself, leaving an unrepairable scar on the earth. So be afraid, recoil in despair, and cower in awe, and cry your heart out, because my art is an explosion!" As Deidara explodes, everything is destroyed. Nothing remains. The whole nation is wiped off the map, leaving nothing but the ocean as it swallows the last remains of the land. Deidara finds himself in a black void. He looks around and nothing. Nothing more than black nothingness. He thinks to himself, "So, this is death. It's actually peaceful. I think I can rest." As he's about to close his eyes, he starts to feel he's being watched. He looks around, seeing nothing for a while, but then he sees it in the distance. A lone Rinnegan eye. As it stares at him, unblinking. It looks as if the shadows around it, the eye, quiver in its presence. As he yells, "Damn it! Even in my grave you mock me. You ridicule my brilliance." Deidara turns his head to ignore the dojutsu, but as he does, he sees a Sharingan eye, and it stares him down. The crimson light illuminates the darkness around it, forcing the darkness to flee. Deidara turns again to ignore this eye, but then he's met with another Rinnegan. So once more he turns, and he's met with a Sharingan. Deidara smiles until this space that was once a black void, a black nothingness void of light is covered in glowing, pulsating eyes. "I see. So this is hell." And Deidara grows to accept his fate until he hears a faint laugh that gradually grows louder. Till the laugh echoes in his ears. As it does, Deidara begins to recognize this voice. Sasuke Uchiha. "So I'm in a genjutsu." Sasuke laughs. "Yes, you are. This fight was over a while ago. But take pride. Your C0 definitely would have destroyed my almighty push. Now, release." Deidara finds Sasuke's hand on his back. His explosive clay is destroyed by lightning style, and the land is undamaged. As Deidara in a strained voice says, You're draining my energy?" "Yes, so be a good boy and take a nap." As that's said, Deidara falls unconscious. What the? And Sasuke lifts his body and begins to fly to Naruto, who's in the destroyed sand village. Helping them rebuild, Naruto sees Sasuke with Deidara and asks Sasuke to stay while he takes Deidara back to the Leaf for questioning. While he's in the Leaf Village, he reports the results of the mission to Jiraiya and his personal guard Haku, and his aides Tsunade and Shizune. And surprised, Tsunade asks, Jesus Christ, Tsunade asks, Naruto, you made that call? Naruto chuckles saying, yep, but I'm positive Sasuke already knew without me saying. I cannot believe this.
Why?
I don't know why I keep keeping them in. They're funny. All right. Yeah, but I'm positive Sasuke already knew without me saying. I have Haku to thank for helping me get my strategies together when we lived together. At that second, Goku instantly transmissions in the Hokage's office, throwing a punch at Naruto that Naruto catches, and Goku laughs. You've gotten stronger, Naruto. Ready to test how strong you are? Naruto almost says yes, but he has to stop. He still has to help Gaara. Pervy Sage, I have a request. Can I have aid of any free Earth-style ninja user to help rebuild the Sand Village? It will help strengthen our relationship with them, with the Land of Wind. Jiraiya's excited. Naruto, you've really grown. Shizune, aid Naruto, help organize the rebuilding of the sand. Kurama takes over Naruto's body.
Listen, Goku, I have a request. Can you train my brother and his human the way you train Naruto and myself? They may be unorthodox, however. From what I gathered, his human doesn't fight much with his hands.
Goku thinks this would be an interesting challenge. He agrees. They gather the Earth-style ninja users to enter transmission back to the Sand Village and begin to help Gaara as Vegeta follows the other weird spike in energy. He arrives at the lair and sees that it's surrounded by a forest of human-sized trees, ranging from 6 to 8 feet tall. The trees also bear one large branch with a piece of fruit the size of watermelon on it. As Vegeta senses the energy flowing from the fruit, it feels like the whole tree is screaming in agony. Out of disgust, he rips the fruit from the tree and crushes it in his palm. And as the fruit is crushed, the tree wilts and dies. Vegeta scoffs and enters to confront the Snake Man. Well, you certainly look to be in good health, considering the old man put you in your place. Why, certainly, my alien friend. I am an immortal. Yeah, the old man was a frustrating thorn in my side. Much like you are, my prince. Oh, scathing. That's the most damage a weak, pathetic snake. No, a pathetic worm like you could muster. Orochimaru smiles a devilish grin at Vegeta, who notices that smile and returns it back. Orochimaru asks Vegeta, So, what do I owe the pleasure of your visit, Vegeta? And with an unwavering smile, extruding confidence and pride, Vegeta says, You're going to tell me all about your experiments and your relationship to Danzo, or I'm going to set off some fireworks. He charges ki in his hand. Orochimaru laughs and begins to explain his experiments with teaching his subordinates ki and then killing them by sealing their power into cells and affixing those new cells to a host. And his side project, the Hashirama cell, sealing enormous amounts of ki and chakra and senjutsu inside of those cells and implanting them inside his subordinates. But only 3 men so far have been able to withstand that pressure. Vegeta laughs, and one of them was Danzo. My, have you been busy? Orochimaru hides his frustration and surprise at Vegeta's intelligence. Yes, that is correct, my prince. Danzo was one. The other successes are not important. The failures become mindless grunts, or trees oozing power through the blood-red fruit they bear. Though I've yet to try one, I imagine the benefits greatly outweighs the possible repercussions. Vegeta thinks to himself, so those trees outside must have been the failures. Interesting. He then yells out loud, You are an interesting worm, Orochimaru. But don't worry, your little secret is safe with me, as long as you and your warriors continue to grow stronger. There's something coming. I can feel it. And we may require your aid. Plus, my runts need a fight. Vegeta leaves to go to his students in the Sand Village as the Akatsuki corner the Five Tails Han, those members being Zetsu and a new member after Itachi stole back the ring from Orochimaru, Toneri Otsutsuki, who Pain found using his Rinnegan sensory abilities, and Itachi could sense overlooking the earth. As they fought, Pain defeated Toneri, but also promised Toneri that his dream of finding the Byakugan princess will come true if he joined them. And he was trained personally by Pain and Zetsu, who have invested interest in the Otsutsuki clan. And as the two corner Han, Toneri holds out his hand, saying, "I'm sorry, friend, but you're out of room to run, so please, rest easy." Toneri shoots a blast that forces Han's chakra and energy out of his body, knocking him unconscious. I swear to God, I will destroy you. As he is collected, they return to the Akatsuki hideout, where his final remaining chakra and beast is drained from his body. Vegeta then returns to the Sand Village with a frown on his face. You lot have grown, but are you stronger? Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura smile as they step forward, and Sasuke speaks up. Well, Vegeta-sensei, it has been a while. If you would like a demonstration of our power. A few miles that way is completely deserted. Vegeta smiles. Oh, look at you, boy. You almost have the pride of a Saiyan. Very well. I'll humble you. Goku gets flustered. Hey, don't leave me out. Guys, hey, I got an idea. Gaara, come watch. It'll be good for your development. So they travel to a desolated area in the land of wind, and they square off. Vegeta yells, "This may be practice, but you lot better come at us with the intent to kill. If any of you hold back, I'll bury you." Goku laughs. That might be a little harsh, but Vegeta's right. You better not hold back. Naruto smiles. All right. He goes Super Saiyan, throwing Naruto off with ease and breaking free from Sasuke's almighty pull, while Sakura's punch breaks through Goku's guard, landing on him but not doing much damage. Goku smiles, going Super Saiyan with Vegeta as the two rush behind Team 7. Sakura and Sasuke yell, Sage
Almighty
acid
push!
veil. It covers the almighty push in acid. Goku grabs Vegeta, pulling him away, learning from his encounter with Sakura that he can't touch this stuff that she shoots out. They back away and look for Naruto, but then they sense a huge amount of Sage energy behind them as Naruto yells, Sage Art! Tailed Beast Spirit Bomb. He throws it at the two. They struggle for a moment, but only for a moment. They throw the bomb into space. Goku rushes Naruto, turning into Super Saiyan 2, while Vegeta rushes Sakura and Sasuke, going Super Saiyan 2, crushing in the middle of the two, letting off a huge energy bomb. Sasuke and Sakura both try to use their abilities to block, but they're overpowered by Vegeta, and they're launched back as Naruto is thrown towards the ground, knocked out of KCM2 by Goku. Vegeta growls, "How dare you?" Team 7 is confused. Did they make Vegeta mad? Goku flies down as well, looking disappointed in the three. Why are you guys holding back? If you don't go all out, we can't gauge you properly. Naruto sighs while straightening up. I guess I shouldn't be surprised you notice. Sasuke and Sakura also stand while Naruto speaks. See, the thing is, Sensei, these new forms, they drain ki. We're not really used to the God mode yet. So we can't hold it for too long. More than a few minutes, honestly. We thought it'd be useless against you. Sakura and Sasuke both agree with Naruto. Goku and Vegeta are impressed at their reasoning, but don't care, telling their students to go full power. They all three in unison yell, as Naruto goes into KCM1, but for some reason it's white. He calls it God mode. But as well as Sasuke goes into his heavenly attire Susanoo, but now there's gigantic balls of lightning surrounding him. and Sakura's Sage Mode markings cover her entire body as she yells, "Immortal Divine Slug." Goku and Vegeta look impressed, and they rush Team 7, but Sasuke swipes his sword, cutting off their approach. As Naruto moves, he makes no sound. His movements are similar to the flying Raijin. He's almost instantaneously where he needs to be. But it's his normal movement. He's not using any chakra or ki. He appears behind Goku and Vegeta, catching them off guard as he yells, "Sage Art, Chakra Ki Bomb! I brought it back!" Say no. This creates a huge explosive wave, knocking Goku and Vegeta towards the ground and towards Sakura and Sasuke, who are charging a Big Bang attack. Sakura using acidic Big Bang and Sasuke using lightning release. They throw it at the two. Sakura yells, "Divine Art, Acidic Breath," pushing the Big Bang's attacks faster and covering them both in more acid, making it impossible to dodge. Goku smiles. They really groan as they go Super Saiyan God, waving their hands and dispelling the attack. Then separated, Goku outspeeds Naruto and punches him in the gut, making him cough up blood, while Vegeta punches through Sasuke's Susanoo, destroying it in an instant. Sasuke tries to put up a Genjutsu on Vegeta, but it doesn't work. Vegeta knows his students too well. Sakura rushes to cover Sasuke, yelling, "Sage Art, Acidic Veil," and Sasuke yells, "Divine Almighty Push." But Vegeta smiles as he smashes through both of them with ease. He notices his gloves are melted, so even in this state, Sakura's attacks can get through. He tears off his gloves so that they don't hurt his skin and slams them both into the ground. Vegeta yells, "Before you lose consciousness, I'll give y'all a 7 out of 10. And I don't say this lightly. You've done well getting strong, but you need to step it up." Goku and Vegeta look towards the sky as they say in unison, "It feels like the planets are screaming in agony."
What is this?
Moro growing closer. End of chapter 15. Reclamation. Jesus Christ, that was fun. That was a really fun chapter to read through. It's also long as shit, so I hope you guys stayed entertained. I tried to keep some jokes in there. I also had to cut a few things because I got called and texted more than 22 times while recording this. It sucked. I hate it. But, do want to say this. Sorry for the wait, people. I really, really am. Not only was work picking up, I also got sick. So, slept a lot. But it's out now. Hope you enjoyed it. My voice kind of was shaky and nasally on this, simply because, I'm sick. Other than that, though, this is insanely fun to read through. I hope you all loved it. If you have any suggestions or comments, let me know. I'd love to see more. Also, I tried to record a chapter review for the latest My Hero chapter. It didn't work. My camera broke, but I got a better one now. So hopefully it works now. Other than that, I do want to get into my favorite section of the day, the commenter call out. Lego. All right, so our first commenter comes from the What If the Uzumaki Clan Survived Part 2, A Child's Dream. It is from Joseph Had Not. And he says, "You better make a part 3 of What If the Uzumaki Survived and how Naruto got Fuingan." All right, so first, part 3 is coming. I have finished writing it. It'll be there soon. I just gotta, get more time in the day to record it. If I were to give you a rust estimate, I would say within 3 days. Because right now, since I'm sick, I can't go to work. I do have more time to work on the videos. So within the next 3 days, you'll see that video up. All right. And how he got Fuingan. Well, I did describe it in the chapter. He got it because when Itachi said he was ready to get it. So he went to Shinjiro, who's the character I made up. And he got the seal on his brain, which allows him to unlock the Fuingan, but he has to be of calm mind and calm heart. And right now, the Fox isn't really too into Naruto. He doesn't give a damn about him. So the Fox isn't interrupting Naruto's chakra flow as much as he was in canon because he's not as frustrated with Naruto. The Fox does not like him, though, and Naruto does not like the Fox. They in this story, unlike, the What If Goku and Vegeta and the Uzumaki Clan Survived, Naruto hates the Fox. He refuses to acknowledge the Fox inside of him. So the Fuingan is nowhere near as strong as it could be because he doesn't have a calm soul to balance out his mind and heart. Moving on, next comment. It's from the exact same video, and it's from Cat Mad Ball Z. And it says, "Actually, I like it, but how did Naruto learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu? Because I believe Naruto didn't fail the academy or meet Mitsuki in this timeline, so he wouldn't steal the scroll of sealing. So how did he learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu? And I responded to this comment, I think, but if I didn't, the way that he learned it is because Itachi and Minato are both very proficient and masters at the Shadow Clone Jutsu. So it is within all reason for Naruto to acquire it from them, because I believe Naruto would have a fascination with the Shadow Clone Jutsu, since he does feel lonely all the time, and he hates, I won't say he hates himself, but he hates the fact that he has the fox inside of him, so he'll probably learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu just to beat himself up, because Naruto is that kind of angst in this story. He just doesn't show it because he's more quiet and reserved, and he tries to put on a happy face for everybody. All right, next comment. Okay, so the next comment is from me to you all. I just posted a Sasuke rap, and I don't know. All right, so I like the fact that I get a lot of likes on it, and there's a few comments about the rap itself, but I think it's really funny that the rest of the comments in the video is like an 80-20 split of people, 20% people saying like, oh, this rap is fire, and then 80% of people saying, so when's the next what if? I just like this funny as shit. All right, so sorry, it's just funny to me. All right, so next comment is from What the Uzumaki Clan Survived Part 1, actually. You're underrated, like a what if God. Oh shit, I should not have read this. It feels like I'm sucking my own dick. I'm so mad at people, like, you're really good. So, okay, first, thank you. I really appreciate that. I don't think that I'm that good, and bro, I gotta say thank you again. Now I'm flustered. Like, I'm actually flustered like a high school girl. Jesus Christ. Seriously though, yeah, thank you. It does mean a lot that that people really enjoy this stuff. I'm happy that I can put it out, and it's content that y'all like, respect, and enjoy. If there's anything more I can do, I'm trying to, for real though, expect a chapter review for the new Boruto manga chapter, because I think it's fair to say Boruto's kind of fire right now. Like, the anime, but the manga, legit heat. Like, I'm not gonna front. The manga heat. The My Hero manga heat. The Dragon Ball Super manga, Moro's dead, so heat. Hopefully. I haven't read it yet. Hopefully Moro's dead. I'm getting really bored of him. That's why I added him into this story. I'm trying to make him more villainous. So I'm hoping that in this story he might be more interesting. Because now that he's dead, where I presume, I got his personality down, so I'm not going to change it too much. Just enough so that he's not incompetent, because he was really competent in the story. Not as much as he's Cell. I don't want him to be Cell, I guess, basically. All right, so next comment. And this comes from, oh, Jesus, no. All right, so this comment comes from Fox Guy, excuse me, who says, oh, it's from Will the Uzumaki Clan Survive Part 2, again, A Child's Dream. It says, Nozumi wants Naruto, and Hinata wants Naruto. Naruto's feelings are growing for Hinata, and Nozumi notices it. And I gotta say this to you, Mr. Fox God, sir. Stop noticing my love triangles that I'm trying to put in the stories. I didn't develop it that much yet. Stop fucking looking into the future, you jerk. Next comment. And this comment comes from the last part to this one. So what if Goku and Vegeta trained Naruto Sasuke Part 13? And that just made me realize that I got my numbers fucked up. Well, I'll fix it in post. And it's from Fusion Raiders, who says, hey, dude, can you do a what if Goku was sent to the One Punch Man, like, after the Tournament of Power? And yeah, I can, actually. It'll be very interesting. It'll just be like one long fight scene, so it'll be like a 15-minute video, so it wouldn't be much to write for or work for. Because honestly, I can't see Goku staying around in that universe, because everybody in that universe is kind of just, a dick. Aside from Saitama and Genos, everybody in that universe is kind of a dick. And the old man, the martial artist dude. So I see Goku going there, showing Saitama that he has heights to reach, and there isn't just every enemy isn't so weak that he can defeat them with one hit. Making Saitama grow as a character and making him realize that, there is more to life than just being this almighty strong dude. There's heights that I can reach too. So I think that would be it. Because, no, I know Saitama is a joke character. Like, his big joke is that he beats all of them with one hit. I don't think that joke would extend to Goku. Because, at this level, I think Saitama is I think Saitama is like, you know, universal level. Not universal level. Like, yeah, because Saitama beat that one dude that was basically like a mock-up of Frieza with a single punch, or a few consecutive punches. So I think that, I forgot his name, the alien dude with the one big eye. Like, Saitama beat him really easily. You know, he was just toying around, just letting him get his hits in. So I feel like that was a good demonstration of where his power cap is. I'll read the manga a bit more now, just so I can get a better idea of it. But Goku was multi-universal level. Goku was a destructive force. So if Goku were to come to that universe and fight Saitama, I think Saitama would just have a run for his money. I don't think Saitama would be able to beat Goku, if I'm being honest. Other than that, let's get into the final comment. All right, so final comment comes from the last part of this one again, from Lee Charlton. I want to know, have you thought about adding power levels to this? And if you haven't, please do. And by the way, that was hilarious. Pain. Oh, hell no. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell no. Fuck that. Sakura, that's a pink hair bitch. We don't fuck with those. Pink hair, they always crazy. Pain's funny. And that's not his real personality. That was just him shitting bricks. But I have thought about it. If I didn't add it to the beginning of this one, I should have a few more subscribers after this video, so I might be able to make a YouTube comment post about it so that y'all can see it like that. But if not, I'm pretty sure I added one to the beginning of this. I don't know Goku's power level in numbers at this point. I think it's inquantifiable. So I just did charts or bar graphs. That would make more sense to me at this time, just doing like scribbled out bar graphs. Goku's, you know, obviously at the top. Vegeta's right under him. Then in the Naruto-verse, Sasuke is absolutely stronger than Naruto at this point. But Naruto has a few more tricks and can get exponentially stronger than Sasuke. I would say base to base, Goku's the best out of everyone. Base to base, Sasuke is better than base Naruto, but Naruto's transformations just put him on top. And Sakura is not behind nobody. Hinata is definitely under Sakura right now. And everybody else is under Hinata. Guy and Lee are at the same level. Neji's a little bit higher than them. So hopefully I did layer this out perfectly right at the beginning of the video, so that you aren't confused. Other than that, let me add a segment real quick where I do that. At the beginning, where I just say, and here's the power levels, and keep it silent for a few seconds. All right, 1 second. And with the power of editing, it is done. So, closing comments. You know, as always, I just gotta say thank y'all. Never thought that it would get big at all. This video is a bit longer. Again, as a thank y'all for being so patient. What if it was my plan survive? The next part is coming out soon. I can't be at work right now because, again, I am sick. I had to get tested, away from my results to come back negative so I can go back to work and get money and pay my rent. Because now I'm scared that I won't be able to pay rent. Hate COVID. Hate it so goddamn much, guys. It sucks. If you have it, or if you just get accused of having it, I feel for you. My heart goes out to you. And fucking pray for me right now that I can actually go back to work and make money. Hate my job, but I need the money. So, aside from that sad, mushy, gusha shit, let's get to the thank you so much for watching this stuff. At 800 subscribers, almost 9. So holy fuck, you guys are awesome. Next part, hopefully, like I said, will be up within the next 3 days. If not, sorry. Did my best, but it wasn't enough. If it's not a what if chapter, it definitely be a chapter review, hopefully. Chapter is gonna come up late. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Don't know what else to say about that. Other than that, I do want to say, please like, comment, and subscribe. Watch the King. Oh no, Kage. Out.
Nobody speak, nobody get choked. If you run the homie, gonna get smoked. No time for the lame ass jokes. I'm the GOAT. You a gringo when that story's been told. I make money moves, controlling every view. Oh no, you got hella proof, but no one's helping you. What's wrong? Now you on your own, you really want to smoke. Oh no, Chico really done did wrong. What's wrong? The hollow meta in the skyliss, bro. Keep talking crazy, I might go post though. Always trouble when they go too far. Nobody mess with me familiar. Father